Greetings, my fellow freedom lovers, sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning into LO3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the beautiful land of enchantment. And today's date is Saturday, March 21st, 2020. Nice, cool, beautiful day in the heart of New Mexico, Rio Rancho to be exact. And just killing some time here. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Always beware of the propaganda machine, the mind control, and the fear factor. They want us to go on their typical rampage, and people still have that mindset and became unprepared. And they laugh at the preppers. Well, I don't need to say, I told you so. But if you study history, you always got to be aware of these things, regardless. So, I'm just browsing around, saw a couple movies for the hell of it. It was fun. Superhero related, DC. I like to get entertained once in a while myself. But had to browse through a couple of sites and got some things I'm going to talk about. It's mainly about the DOJ wants to suspend the Constitution. And it came out today on RollingStoneMagazine.com. It says here, DOJ wants to suspend certain constitutional rights during coronavirus emergency. Department of Justice has secretly asked Congress, according to Peter Wade, for the ability to detain, arrest people indefinitely. In addition, other powers that one expert called terrifying. They're trying to use the Patriot Act, the NDAA, and all that good stuff. Indefinite detention. The war on terror continues, according to this. So, U.S. Attorney General William Barr participates in a news conference with the Justice Department officials. The Trump Department of Justice has asked Congress to craft legislation allowing chief judges to indefinitely hold people without trial and suspend other constitutionally protected rights during coronavirus and other emergencies, according to a report by Politico Betsy Woodruff Swan. So it's got to be observed responsibly, of course, my friend, but we'll continue on here. While asked for the Department of Justice will likely not come to fruition with a democratically controlled House of Representatives, they demonstrate how much this White House has a frightening disregard the rights enumerated in the Constitution. The DOJ has requested Congress allow any Chief Justice of a district court to pause court proceedings whenever the district court is fully or partially, closed by virtue of any natural disaster, civil disobedience, or other emergency situation, according to draft language obtained by Politico. This would be applicable to any statutes or rules or procedure otherwise affecting pre-arrest, post-arrest, pre-trial, trial, and post-trial procedures in the criminal and juvenile proceedings, and all civil processes and proceedings. They justify this by saying currently judges can pause judicial proceedings in an emergency, but that new legislation will allow them to apply it in a consistent manner. But the Constitution grants habeas corpus, which gives arrestees the right to appear in front of a judge and ask to be released before jail. Enacting legislation like the DOJ once would essentially suspend habeas corpus indefinitely until the emergency ended. Further, DOJ asked Congress to suspend the statute of limitations on criminal investigations and civil proceedings during the emergency until a year after it ended. Norman L. Reimer, if I pronounce his name correctly, Executive Director of the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, told Politico the measure was terrifying, saying not only would be a violation of habeas corpus, but it says affecting pre-arrest, so that means you could be arrested and never be brought before a judge until they decide that the emergency or the civil disobedience is over. Talk about anti-Bill of Rights here, right? I find it absolutely terrifying especially in a time of emergency, we should be very careful about granting new powers to the government. This is something that should not happen in a democracy, he added. See, some of these people don't have a stinking clue what a democracy is. It should not happen under a rule of law, as we call it, a republic. So I'm just letting you folks know. Some of these so-called lawyers, executive directors, ask them this. Where in the Constitution says we're a democracy? Remember, democracy is a one-vote system. Our republic has a three-vote system. And I'll continue on. DOJ also asked Congress to amend the federal rules of criminal procedures to have defendants appear at a hearing via video conference instead of in person with defendant's consent, although in a draft obtained by Politico, these sections about requiring consent were crossed out. But it's not just Americans' rights the DOJ wants to violate. They also asked Congress to pass laws saying that immigrants who test positive for COVID cannot qualify as asylum seekers. So, something they got to look at as well. So, there could be a catch-22. A coronavirus spreads through the country. Activists are calling on politicians in office to release prisoners and immigrants held in detention centers, both of which can be hotbed of virus activity, with so many people in close quarters and limited or non-consistent supplies of soap, sanitizer, and protective equipment. Interesting about that because about the whole immigration thing, just to let you know, even during the Great Depression, they actually locked the borders down during the Great Depression. So just to give you that fact, but I will continue on here. Some states have already begun to do so, but with this Trump administration is taking steps to hold more people in prisons for an undetermined amount of time, showing their priority is not saving lives but giving them some power. So one of those things you always got to be observant with, my friends. And of course, when you look at habeas corpus, Article 1, Section 9, Clause 2, reads, the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless when in cases of rebellion or invasion, the public safety may be required. So right there, you got to always look at those areas. So this is why there's no merit behind it. In addition, the 10th Amendment, too, that anything that's not enumerated in the U.S. Constitution belongs to the states or its people. The 10th Amendment. So that's a 10th Amendment challenge. And if you look at some of the resolutions that were passed around the Patriot Act time, 400 counties in 8 states say no to it. Over 400 municipalities. And remember, I brought that out a while back. Or just look it up. Like, look in your own county and find it with these resolutions on affirming civil rights. Broward County has one for an example. Or you got just look those up. Pertaining to resolutions counting the Patriot Act. You know, and then you understand where I'm coming from. So this right here is more of like based on the Political report from RollingStone.com. This is more of a federalized mission or agenda, and which is absolutely unconstitutional. And the fact is, too, remember this, my friends, William Barr supported the ATF and what occurred at Ruby Ridge. Even though, like some people I know weren't crazy about him. I heard some stories that they knew Wheeler's family. I think it's Wheeler, yeah, from Ruby Ridge, and he was a thief. There's a lot of claims he was a thief, and his family were all involved. But regardless, that's irrelevant. The whole thing is, he supports tyranny. William Barr is pro-big government. And I'll be very frank, I was one of those individuals that petitioned no on having him being an attorney general because he was part of the establishment. And I say that out of respect. It's not, hating Trump or anything like that. It's just principle. It reminds me of having Eric Holder again, or what's that Loretta Lynch, it was like Huey, yippee yappy yahoo, So those are the areas you got to look at, and I recommend everyone petition these bastards in Congress and let your states and local legislation know too. If you have affirming civil rights in your jurisdiction, you send your opposition with that letter, with that copy, PDF format, or link to that site. And trust me, it's you got to open up people's eyes. It's all out there. It has to be implemented. Because in addition, you can look up the Virginia and Kentucky resolutions as well, called principles, my friends. And the founding fathers will say hell no to that. All right, I'm going to do one more here. I'm not going to go too bonkers. Let me see here. Do one more. Yeah, that is it. Is this it here? Yeah, that's it. Okay, this is a reference to the COVID-19, okay? It's from Natural News, came out today as well, by Davina Ramirez. It's entitled 6 Natural Ways to Strengthen the Immune System Amid the Coronavirus Outbreak. And as it reads here, the immune system is the body's first line of defense against infection and disease. A healthy immune system can identify pathogens and distinguish these from the body cells. However, a weak immune system caused by poor nutrition and lifestyle choices can make the body susceptible to infections, like the coronavirus that is currently ravaging the world. Unfortunately, there is a way to fortify your immune system by following preventive measures against infection and disease. Eat superfoods. A good way to supercharge the immune system is to eat nutrient-dense superfoods. Many fruits and vegetables contain essential vitamins and minerals that aid bodily functions, including immunity and metabolism. And garlic. Garlic contains powerful plant compounds that have anti-inflammatory and antitoxidant properties, such as acetylene, alanine, and anjoni. As an antiseptic, garlic can treat mild viral and bacterial infections, including colds and flu. It's also a known remedy for toothache, cough, and constipation, but it's also used to treat cardiovascular conditions, including hypertension, coronary heart disease, and atherosclerosis. Related, garlic can protect against heart tissue damage caused by reoxygenation. Ginger is widely considered a superfood due to its vitamins and mineral content, which includes potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, iron, and vitamin C. It also contains bioactive components that have antitoxidant effects against disease-causing pathogens. Ginger is a known remedy. Sorry about that, I almost slipped there. Ginger is a known remedy for nausea, constipation, and joint pain caused by osteoarthritis. Blueberries. Blueberries are excellent sources of vitamin C and potassium, which stimulates the body's immune functions, including white blood cell production and pathogen recognition. Blueberries also contain a high amount of antioxidants that prevent cellular damage caused by free radicals. Oranges, like most citrus fruits, oranges contain high amounts of vitamin C that play an important role in immunity enhancement. Oranges also contain antioxidants such as flavonoids and carotenes that boost immune responses. Practice good hygiene. Hygiene may not directly contribute to the body immune functions, but it also does lower the risk of bacterial and viral infections. For instance, washing your hands and observing cough and sneeze etiquette can prevent the transmission of pathogens. Another proper hygiene is important regardless of the circumstances. It should be strictly followed, especially during flu season or viral outbreaks when the rate of transmission is high. And a good example of good hygiene is get some products that are doesn't have aluminum and it has synthetic detergent. You want to get some real natural stuff. Dr. Bronner's, for example, is a good soap, and so is Kirk's. Okay, Kirk. because they're not animal tested, plus is non-GMO, and they've been around for over 100 years, if I'm correct. Kirk's came out since 1838, and Dr. Bronner's started around 1868. And it's just cast style soap. Kirk's has coconut, is made of coconut oil, and Dr. Bronner's is made of hemp, and they have variety of like lavender, lavagus, and peppermint, and tea tree oil, which is a very good antiseptic as well. So you gotta, if you're gonna wash your hands and all that, be smart. Shop wisely. You may be a little pricey at times, but what's more important? Your health, your body, or your wallet? Okay, exercise helps disease. Decrease your chances of developing cardiovascular conditions such as hypertension, coronary heart disease, and stroke. Exercise also keeps bones sturdy and prevent muscle atrophy. The being said, overexercise does not amplify these benefits. On the contrary, overexercise can cause muscle strain, restlessness, and dehydration. So it's called the balance factor. All right. Stop smoking. Toxins in a cigarette smoke can also significantly weaken the immune system and various bodily functions, including respiration and blood circulation. Often the body can take years to restore damaged lungs, blood vessels, and arteries due to smoking, so it's best to quit as soon as possible. Quality sleep. Poor sleep quality can increase the risk of bacterial and viral infections. During sleep, the immune system replenishes proteins known as cytokines that regulate inflammatory responses. The immune system also produces infection-fighting antibodies during this period. Individuals who don't get adequate quality sleep risk inhibiting the production of these compounds, which can lead to a weaker immune system. So yes, rest is important. Spend time under the sun. Adequate sun exposure can boost vitamin D production in the skin, according to a recent study published in the Journal of Investigative Medicine. Vitamin D plays an important role in the immune system's antimicrobial response. The study also reveals that vitamin D can stimulate the production of the inflammatory receptors. Personal hygiene and strong immune system are the best defenses against the new coronavirus disease. Maintain a healthy immune system by consuming superfoods, avoiding poor habits, and exercise regularly. And there's plenty of sources on here as well. And don't worry, I'm going to share them both on my Spreaker page, okay? Well, I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share us throughout your social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, or you send something that's interesting you want to check out, whatever you do, please send your correspondence to Decorum. And like I said before, all the footnotes I addressed aforementioned. Once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves, keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.